Hi flosstube, it's Minnie at All X's. I'm back. I'm going to give you today. I'm going to go over the since now that the Olympics is actually over and most of the excitement has died down. I'm gonna go through and show you all the things that I actually worked on, and if I have a before picture, hopefully I have a before picture of all my the whipston and stuff that I worked on. I'll put them in the video, and you'll see how much progress I made during the actual Olympics. This is going to be probably going to be a long one, so sit back. Well, first of all, get your refreshments and sit back and enjoy. I do want to thank everyone who's been watching my videos and leaving me comments. I appreciate it very much, and thank you for any new people that are seeing me for the first time. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you would decide to maybe come back and watch another video. And if you like long ones, good. If you don't, then you can watch a part today and then watch a little bit more tomorrow. So anyway, let's get started so it won't take me all day. Alright, as you know, the Olympics started on July 26th. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to read you what the prompts are, and then show you, like I said, show you the actual piece that I worked on. So July 26th, this was the opening ceremonies. It says, the prompt was, new start or stitch something you started in 2024. So I had a new start, and this, I don't have a before picture because it was a new start, but this is a picture of the chart that I started. It's called Ancestral Voices, and that's a picture of it. And I have actually been working on it since the Olympics ended, and this is where it's at so far. I finished one of the faces. As you can see, this is that one. Well, no, the one on this side. It's on this side, but this is where it's at. Okay, now you can't see through it. There you go. And I'm stitching it on 16 count black Aida because there's a lot of black in this picture. The hair and everything of the ancestors and the center person here. So instead of stitching the black, I just use the black Aida, which is actually, I believe, the call for fabric. Let me see. Yeah, it says Aida 16 count black. So I guess if you want to, you could go and stitch it on whatever color you want to, and stitch all of the background and everything, but it's not really charted for you to stitch the background. So, but anyway, this was Ancestral Voices in 16 count black Aida. And this is a chart is from 1996, and it's Creative Concepts Unlimited Incorporated. This company no longer exists. I've searched it several times, and it no longer exists. So I'm not sure if you could look this up. You may be able to look it up on and find it maybe on eBay or somewhere like that, but it's not being sold in your, I don't think, in your regular needlework stores. Okay, so that was my first one. The second day, July 27th, was Parade of Nations. The prompt was stitch something patriotic for any country of your choice. Okay. The closest I did the closest thing I had that was actually to being a patriotic piece was Day of Jubilee from Silver Creek Samplers. Has a flag in it. So that was my choice for that one. And like I say, somewhere in here, if I have a before picture, I'll add a picture of where it was at beforehand. But let's see. This is where it's at right now. I think I finished the flag. And what else? I finished the flag during that day, during the opening or the Parade of Nations. This is being stitched on a 18 count off-white Aida, just a piece that I had in, I think it's from Charles Craft. So it's not like it's some fancy fabric or anything. This is like I said, 18 count Aida. And it's all DMC flosses. Okay. The third day, Summer Olympics, July 28th. It says stitch something related to summer. So, if this doesn't scream summer, I don't know what does. This is Watermelon Crawl from Counting Puddles. By now you'll probably see a before picture. And this is where it's at today. This is where I'm at. So as you can see, I think I finished something. I finished up here maybe, or at least I started the run for the next piece of watermelon here at the bottom. And there's a strawberry. I got all the rind done in the strawberry. But yeah, this is a fun stitch, and it is being stitched on. Let me find my ticket here. It's being stitched on a 28 count Jubeilee called Avalon from Unltd Fabrics. Okay. The next one is Olympic Rings for July 29th. The prompt says stitch with a floss on a fabric in a color from the Olympic rings: blue, yellow, black, green, and red. And of course, I chose my temperature year chart. This chart has actually has all the colors of the Olympic rings. It has blue, it has yellow, black, green, and red. And I am caught up to August 8th, I think it is. And I'll have that done by the end of the month. But you see all the hot weather we had in July? Whew, it was hot. This is done on a, I believe this is a 32 count white piece of even weave. I don't know where I got it from. I think it may be maybe even Charles Craft. But I can show, like I say, the picture will be here somewhere of where it was at beforehand. July 30th. This is swimming. It says stitch something with water. Okay. And for that one, okay. Here we go. For that one, I stitched on Bayun Cat. Here's the title of it. It's from Embroidery, and it's the cat. And if you look at his tail and the little waves up top on the head, it's the cat. It looks like water, waves from the water. So now I'm going to show you this because after the Olympics was over, I finished it. So I have a finish. I have a finish. And I love this. I had been wanting this chart for a long time. I got it. And I've been wanting to finish it. So there it is. Like I say, hopefully you've seen a picture now of where it was at before I started working on it for the Olympics. So that's an actual finish. Okay. July 31st was cycling. It says stitch something that contains something round. Okay. It was a challenge trying to make these make my whips match the prompts, but I did it. Okay, this is what I stitched on. It's red beans and rice, hot and spicy red beans and rice. The kettle that the alligator is cooking the red beans and rice is a round kettle, so it's something round, so it fit. And that's what I stitched on for the 31st. And right now, this is where it's at. This is where it's at. Finish the alligator, get his teeth in, and I started working on the border. Okay, this is on a 16 count off-white Aida. I think it's 16 count. 16, yeah. Yeah, that's 16 count. 16 count. 18 count. It's 16 count off-white Aida. Okay. August 1st, marathon. This is stitch on one of your oldest whips. This is one of my oldest whips. I think it's from 2017, I do believe, when I started it. Oh, that's not the cover. The cover picture is actually a picture of me. My niece had this converted to a cross-stitch chart, a picture of me converted to a cross-stitch chart. And she gave it to me for my birthday. This is on 14 count oatmeal Aida. And this is where it's at. So I've got that part started. I haven't finished one day. This is all full coverage here, and this is, like I said, on 18 count, a 14 count Aida. Yep, 14 count oatmeal Aida. And there you go. I enjoy actually working on it. It's just that I don't get time to stitch on them that much. August 2nd was beach volleyball. Stitch something with more than one person. So I chose, this is Rosemary LeBlanc's Stitching New Orleans Jazz Funeral. It's more than one person. So I worked on this one. And this is where it's at. I mainly worked on the hearse and the casket inside the hearse. And I guess you would call them pallbearers, I guess. The gentleman here and the one on the other side of the hearse, I guess those would be considered pallbearers. But this is where it's at so far. Okay. I've always been intrigued by the procession, you know, the funeral processions for the jazz funerals, and that's why I bought that chart. Okay, August 3rd, rowing. It says stitch something with a row of something or with a border. This is Jardin Prive ABC de la Broduse. That my friend and I started together, and we changed the name the name to Aida Button. And this is the section that I was working on. And there is a ribbon, which could be a border, and it's a row. There's rows of stitching, so that fits my prompt. Okay, this is stitched on. It's 32 count. It's more of an off-white Aida, not Aida, 32 count Lugana. Okay, let's see. The next one for August 4th is the Olympic Village, and the prompt is stitch something with a house or building. I don't stitch a lot of houses. This is an older whip. This is from 2020. I think I started it in 2021, I do believe. Well, I may have started it the year it came out, but it's the 2020 Pandemic Sampler by Sarcy Girl. Like I say, I don't do a lot of samplers. This is on a 32 count Lugana dark cobblestone that I got from Stony Creek. And it has a house. It has a gigantic house. Matter of fact, it has two houses. So I've got one half done, just about. Hopefully I'll get this finished one day. But I worked on that urn, that flower pot up here. but it definitely has a house on it. I like this too. And that's Sarcy Girl. This was a free sampler. You may be able to still get it for free. You have to send her an email, I believe. Yeah, her email is sarcygirl@gmail.com. If you send her an email, you may be able to get this the chart for this sampler. Still, she may send it to you for free. I'm not sure if she has changed it or if she's selling it. But you can contact her and find out. But I love that. I love that sampler. Okay. The next prompt is out for August 5th. And this was Gymnastics. It says, stitch something choreographed by your favorite designer. And I took choreographed to mean designed. So, my favorite designer is always Unltd. And this is her design to market. I've had this one for a while and I hadn't worked on it. I hadn't worked on it in a long time. And I had to decide whether I was going to actually do that border on there. And this is where she's at right now. So I've got the first inner border partially done. All I gotta do is finish that and match that up to there. And that's the first inner border. And of course, as you can see, there is an elaborate border that goes all the way around. So this is the first one. Like I said, this is where it's at. That's being stitched on a that's a 32 count Lugana off-white, and I think it's a Charles Craft, and it's stitched with all DMC flosses. Okay, and that was the August 5th. August 6th was Bayun cat. That was another day that I had to work on my cat, my finish. That was I worked on that for the 2 days. 2 days during the Olympics. And after the end, the next one, August 7th, was Synchronized Swimming. They don't call it synchronized swimming. They call it something else now. Rhythmic swimming or something like that. Anyway, the prompt was stitch something that is part of a sale or something that was recommended to you by another stitcher. And this is where this came in. This was a chart that was given to me by a friend named Nissa. She's one of the local stitchers that meet at In Stitches from time to time and on our Zoom stitching. And it's from the Karen collection, and it's called Friends. And this is the chart. This is the design. Okay. This I am stitching on. It's been stitched on a 28 count cashel linen in cream from Acorns and Threads. And this is where they're at. This is where my two ladies are. Both of the dresses are finished. And I'll show you where, hopefully, like I said, when I put in the before pictures, you'll see that what I worked on during the Olympics. And right now, I'm in the process of finding a floss to do their hair. And I want to do them, I want to do the bullion stitches, or bullion knots, which, as you can see, look a lot like dreadlocks. So I'm in the process of finding. I think I know what I'm gonna do for the one lady, but the other one, I don't know. I have to find something. But I'm in the process of searching my stash to see if I could find if I have something already that I could use for the hair. If not, I'll have to make a trip to in Stitches to see if I can find a floss. Okay. August 8th is weightlifting. The prompt is stitch something you can't wait to stitch on. And I've been thinking about Santa and Mrs. Claus, so I decided that I can't wait to stitch on them. These will be my little stand-up. This chart I bought from Tiny Modernist during the Jingle Ball last December. And this is where she's at. This is Mrs. Claus. I like it. Mrs. Claus, I stitched her first because Santa always gets the spotlight. Santa always gets the spotlight. So I decided to start with Mrs. Claus. And this is on a 28 count Lugana in mushroom. So I had fun. I stitched on that for a while. That was really fun. The next one is August 9th. It says stitch towards your goal on any piece. So my goal is to stay caught up on the Fox and Rabbit mystery sampler for 2024. This is a picture of what it should look like or where it's at so far. And this is mine, and this is where it's at so far. So it is up to date. I finished the August portion. So right now she's up to date. Just waiting on September's issue. This is being stitched on 32 count even weave from Fortnite Fabrics, which no longer exists, and it's called Francis is the name of the dye, the color. Fortnite Fabrics. Okay, August 10th was Modern Pentathlon. Stitch something that is part of a series. And of course, what I used for that one was, again, for that one, I used my temperature year. So I got July finished. I got August caught up to, I think, it was caught up, I think, to the 10th, 8th or 10th or something like that of August. That's what I had on here. It's where I had gotten to. And August 11th, which was the closing ceremony, was this something you plan to finish in 2024? And that was where the finish for Bayun Cat was coming in. I wanted to finish this. I tried my best to finish it during the Olympics. So I could say I had to finish, for the Olympics. It wasn't until like 2 days after the Olympics that I actually got all of the trees in, and I decided on the chart the floss where the mice, the floss was an actual variegated. I didn't have a DMC that was variegated like this in this shade. So what I did was I used, like I said, I had used the original conversion, and then I went one color up to make the darker ones so that they would be, one was a little darker than the other one. And like I said, it took a couple of days to decide on my floss, get all the trees, and then to get all the mice in. So I did finish, like I said, I didn't finish it during the actual Olympics, but it is finished in 2024. And that was it. Just like that, the Olympics was over. And I was sad. I thoroughly enjoyed watching the Olympics. My husband and I both watched it together, and we enjoyed sitting back and watching the Olympics. Like I said, a lot of them I didn't get excuse me, I didn't get a lot of stitching. Oh, excuse me. I didn't get a lot of stitching done because I was trying to watch the Olympics. And I didn't want to have to pick out a whole lot of, frog out a whole lot of stitching. So I kind of like, I would stitch a little bit, then I would stop and I'd watch the Olympics. I'd stitch a little bit, watch some more. And especially like doing the track and field, I had to put it down because I was cheering for track and field, men's, women's, basketball. I was cheering gymnastics. I was watching it. I was really enjoying those. But it was very nice. And I was following Snoop because he was here, he was there, he was everywhere. So I had, between the actual competitions and trying to stitch and watching Snoop, it was a full 2 weeks. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so now I'm babbling. That is all I had for Stitch the Summer Olympics. I'll try to come back very soon, and I have some goodies that I purchased at North Meets South. But we won't go into that today. I'll leave a little short. I'll leave this video short. So you'll enjoy it. But until next time, stay safe. Stay out of the sun. Everybody who's in Florida, be careful. Stay safe from the hurricanes and stuff that's coming through. And if you enjoy my videos, I have a Buy Me a Coffee link. It's in my description below. I'll have some information in the description box below. My email is there. If you want to send me a picture of your stitching, I can share it on the video. And I do have one, so I'm gonna have to add that in. But I do have one to share. If you have a question leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you. Until then, bye-bye.